Well, hello, fellow YouTube survivors. This is Phoenix back for another episode of. No, this is not Project Ozone, my friends. No, this would be Infinity Skyblock. Yeah. Okay, so here's what happened. All right, I started the Ozone, and I liked it. I really did, and I would have just kept playing it. But the seasoned gamers guys all got together and we're moving along into our server hosting stuff, and we actually have some of our own servers. And one of the first ones they put up was Infinity Skyblock. And there is other people on the server right now. It's just me and Rup Nerd. Pretty much, I think everybody except for Jock is on this server now. And since I had this one anyways, I decided, you know what? What we'll do is I'll start this one. I'll get it basically to where we were on the other one, and go from there. So I had started to record a second episode of Ozone, and basically all it was is I'd gotten similar technology to what I have here, maybe a little more. So what I did was I spent about 2 hours maybe and got this going. Basically how you start is you start with a small chest, and it gives you a lava source, a water source, about 8 saplings, a couple stacks of what's it called, bone meal. Where is, and then it gives you 2 of each of these spawn eggs, and that's it. Everything else I've gotten myself. It's not bad. Yeah, it gives you the ability to make a cobble gen right away, but honestly, I waited for probably until I went through both stacks of bone meal, so probably about 30-45 minutes. Excuse me. But we're obviously doing okay. You can see we got some cobblestone here. No automation yet or anything, but we're going to get into this. One of the things that they changed from expert mode, which I don't know why this is lower. I'll have to fill that in. One of the things they changed from expert mode, or added in, I guess would be what it is they added in this mod. I believe it's called X Compress. Is it not working? There it is. Okay. X compress some. Okay. And basically what it does is it adds in these compressed hammers, and of course the chicken stick, which you see right there. But it also adds in like the heavy sieve and the heavy barrel or crucible, whatever, the oak crucible, I guess is what you call it. It also adds in an auto compressor, and then an auto compressed hammer, and probably no, nothing else. Okay, that's it. Oh, there it is. The auto sieve and the auto heavy sieve. Okay. But what these things are is that normally whenever you sieve stuff, it's one block at a time. But now you can compress the gravel, the sand, the dust, and you can use it compressed, and so it gets through there, 9 or however many at a time. Same thing with the hammers. It's like this one right here is it's just 4 wooden crooks, and it allows me to take not cobblestone, of course, but gravel and sand. I can use it on this, and it works instead of using a regular hammer. It's kind of an interesting way of doing it. And then, of course, the crucible here, you can put leaves or saplings in here, and it'll turn into water. So that's kind of cool. So anyways, and of course there's no hardcore quest mod in this book, or in this pack. This is all just whatever we want to do. So what I wanted to get done today, so basically what we have here is we got a little small section of trees, although this is going to have to get expanded out more. We got our little cobble gen going here, with a little bit of cobblestone, almost 9 stacks of cobblestone. Got a little bit of stuff going here, you guys can see. I have already went through and sifted a bit, not a lot, but a little bit. So we got a few resources here and there. I have sifted a few pieces of dirt. That's where all this extra stuff here goes, which is why we're going to do some expanding. Where was it? I think I have some clay. I've been making clay. Yeah, see, I got 16 blocks of clay. I've been making as much clay as I can. It just hasn't rained again. And then, of course, you guys can see I did this. This is just a little different idea I had because, honestly, I was tired of always being so close to falling off all the time. This way I don't have to worry about that as much. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to do today, and this is probably one of the things that's going to take the most time, is I want to make a simple mob spawner. We're not going to use wood. We're going to use cobblestone. And I want to do this because, well, there's no exact reason, but the basic reason I want to do this is because you need mob drops in order to survive, especially for some of your recipes and stuff. So I thought this would be a simple solution for us to work on. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to build this thing out a ways. I think it's 16 blocks, 15, 16 blocks, something like that. And then we're going to make ourselves a little simple mob spawner. It is becoming nighttime. Hold on, let's make sure. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. You always got to be careful of your spawn stuff. Mob spawners on Skyblocks, because one, you rarely ever, hardly ever have a weapon on you because it's Skyblock. What the heck do you need a weapon for? And two, just one of those things. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 15, we'll go 16 just to be safe. There we go. And then as for the mob spawner, honestly, I always thought they would have to be more complicated, but I forget that since this is a void world, and even though it's a server, everybody else is so far away. But since it's a void world, there's nowhere else for the mobs to really spawn. So, are you serious? Piece of crap. I hate when it does that. But there's nowhere else for the mobs to spawn, so, when you build your little dark room or whatever, they're going to spawn there as long as you don't have anywhere else for them to spawn. And the reason it has to be 15, 16 blocks away, I don't remember the exact number, honestly, I'm kind of winging it here, is it's got to be so far away for the mobs to spawn. Like, I mean, I know technically mobs can spawn when you're standing right there, but typically they tend to spawn better if they're 15 to 16 blocks away. Yeah. So, or at least that's what I've always learned. I could be completely wrong. Who freaking knows? Let's make us up some more slabs. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to build our area here. Okay, so let's just make ourselves, let's see here, let's put a torch there to mark the end of that. And then all we need to do is just go back like this. I'm trying to remember exactly how to do this, guys, so bear with me here. So let's go. So we're going to go out a little ways on both sides. So 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll work. Okay. And then all we need to do is, let's see. I don't want anything to spawn while I'm standing here because it would kill me in an instant. Get this all taken care of here. I think we're going to go back one more. Oh, I need more half slabs. I like to build with half slabs, most honestly, because they're a little easier to use, but and there's more. You get more resources, or at least it feels that way, anyways. All right. I think this should be enough materials for what we're doing. Might need a little more cobblestone, but we'll see. All right. All right. Now what we're gonna do? Let's see. So let's. We're gonna go one more. I like to make sure I have enough room, and so we're gonna go one more. I know what I want, but actually accomplishing it is a whole different matter. Yeah, this is fine. Alright, so we're going to go like this. Okay, so what we're actually doing here, if you guys aren't getting what I'm doing, is this part that I'm standing on will be the actual place where they spawn. And then we're going to have it boxed in to where all we can, so we can just see their feet. Wow, we need a lot more cobblestone than what I thought. But we'll be able to walk up and just, you know, peck at their feet. We'll have to be careful of creepers and stuff naturally, but that's no big deal. Okay, so now let's get back up here. So we need to make sure that it's tall enough for everything we want, and we want Enderman just as much as anything else. So it needs to be 3 blocks tall. I could be wrong, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so that is now 3 blocks tall. Let me get back up there. Now we're going to put some half slabs on the top here so that nothing spawns. Bam. Aw. And of course, now we're out of half slabs. I swear, man. I try to be a little more resource conscious when building in SKyBlocks, but it doesn't always work out the way I want it to. There we go. That's more than enough. Alright, so we're going to get this done, and that'll be a set little thing. And this is just a basic little deal, obviously. This isn't anything fancy or anything like that. Yeah, see, didn't quite give myself as much room as I wanted. Good thing I went when I made more half slabs. Alright, so let's get this part done. Hold on. I want to make sure everything's covered properly. Alright, let's get back down here. Bam. Alright. Now we have to do is put the front face on it, which is really simple. Take away the light and walk away, and it'll do what it needs to do. And you'll see that it's going to darken it enough. Bam. And now all we're going to do is, for safety purposes, I'm going to make a few more half slabs so that I can run that walkway all the way out, because I don't want to take the chance on falling off when I'm not paying attention. Alright. Make this look all nice and pretty, and this will give us a little bit better when it comes to getting mob spawns and stuff. And then we can move on to the next phase, which is where I need to start sifting up some stuff so we can start working on some automation, because we need to get some power and start getting some, well, you guys know what I'm talking about, all the automation that's normal, some auto sieves, some auto, you know, hammer, all that stuff, which of course means we'll need some power, but there are some basic forms of power. I guess honestly, before we start worrying about that, we need to work on a smeltery, which is the other reason I've been getting as much clay as I can get for when that happens. Because really, we need a way to combine our ores and different things like that. And plus, I think, are you freaking serious? I'm pretty sure that that's the only way to make gears is through the smeltery, honestly. And you need gears for quite a lot of recipes. Bam. Oh, look at that. We already have Of course, you still get bats in here from time to time, which sucks, but not the end of the world. We may have to remove those half slabs. I think we have to leave them though in case we get baby zombies. It's been a while since I did those. But either way, we now have our deal all set and ready to go. That part's good. Now what we need to work on is the smeltery. And if I remember right, to make grout, you just need clay, gravel, and sand. Really simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little cutaway. I'm going to get up a stack of each so that we can get started on our, oh, excuse me, so that we can get started on our smeltery. And when we get back, we'll be able to start, we'll have already started smelting up our grout, and then we can kind of go from there. Alright, see you in a few. Okay guys, so I'm back. Alright, so we have ourselves a small smeltery. I just did a 2x2, so it'll only smelt 4 things at a time, but it's a good start off at least, if nothing else. Clay has become our issue. We made this, it took us a stack and 16 grout in order to make that, which wouldn't be so bad if we didn't also need clay in order to make our coke oven. Yeah. So what we got going on here is we're using the Railcraft because it's a little cheaper. If you look at immersive engineering, first off, it requires sandstone, clay, and clay bricks. So that's double the amount of clay, obviously. Also, it's required for the immersive engineering hammer. Let's see. Let me try to. Oh, I put 3M. Well, I can't spell. Okay. The immersive engineering hammer, which is right here, requires 2 iron, string, and 2 sticks to make, which isn't expensive. I'm not even saying it is. I could make that right now, no problem whatsoever. But you need that. Plus, you need double the clay to get it, you know, and just to get it going. Okay, whereas this one, all you need is 5 sand and 4 clay. Now, it only makes 1 brick, whereas this makes 2 bricks, obviously, which kind of sucks. But, you know, this is the cheaper way to go, so this is the way I'm going. The problem is that we need 8 more of those blocks, which means we need 4 times 8. That's 32 more pieces of clay. Yeah, that's like, I don't know, 12 blocks. So if these were full twice over, worth of clay. So we have to wait till it rains again. We also got ourselves our transfer node. We didn't do that on camera. I think, yeah. We went ahead and got ourselves a transfer node and the world interaction upgrade, and it's doing this. And then we went ahead and made ourselves a crucible, and I didn't do it on purpose. I just happened to put the crucible over the lava, but it also connected it to there, so it just went ahead and filled it right up with cobblestone. So that's a perfect little automation. If you see over here, we expanded out, and this is our new tree farm. I put all of the dirt 3 blocks from each other. It seems to be working really good because all 8 of the trees grow really fast. I'll probably extend this out even further, and out past this, I will probably put in some form of for our farming and stuff like that. We'll expand out an area for farming. As you can see, we got plenty of wood and saplings going. Everything's working really well. Our big holdup right this minute is a bucket. Okay, and so they don't do clay buckets anymore. If you look, it's all iron buckets. And to get an iron bucket, you either have to use the immersive engineering or industrial craft ways of making iron plates. Okay, now if we look at immersive engineering, all it is this metal press. If we look at industrial craft, obviously you can use the metal former, the block cutting machine, but you can also use this hammer. This hammer is just 2 treated sticks and 5 iron. The treated sticks, of course, as we all know, are... Okay, why is it not... There it is. Okay, sorry. It is 8 planks around a bottle or bucket of creosote. The only way to get creosote is in a coke oven. So now you see what we're doing. Obviously, we could probably make some fluid pipes and stuff, but it would take so many resources just to make some pipes to, like, say, pipe the lava into the smelter and so on and so forth, that it's just easier to do it this way. So what we'll do in between episodes is we will get us up enough clay to finish up our coke oven, and that way we can get started on making coal coke and creosote. That'll make our lives a little easier, which of course will also mean that we can continue in the immersive engineering section and find, here it is, blast brick, which isn't too bad to make. That might not be the right one. No, that's right, though. I know it's right. I'll have to do some research, but I'm pretty sure it's the blast brick. And you make a similar structure to this one, except immersive engineerings aren't hollow in the center. This one here is hollow. It's a 3x3x3. It's hollow. But you do the same thing with the blast brick. You make a similar structure, and when you tap it with the immersive engineering hammer, it turns into an oven that you can use coal coke to make steel with. And steel is just iron smelted in that. So that way we can move on in that, because steel is required in a lot of stuff as well. We will continue working in immersive engineering, obviously, because that's going to probably be some of where our power starts out being. I don't know if it'll be our absolute first power. Probably Survivalist Gen will be our absolute first one. But my point being is that's how we'll do all that. This little mob trap, this little, whatever the heck you want to call it, it's not really a mob spawner, but it's a passive spawner. It's working. I'm not getting, like, oh my god, lots of stuff, and I do have to pick it up every time. But I just come over here every so often, I think I've been doing it every 10-15 minutes or whenever I'm waiting for something else. And I just come over here and I kill all the guys. You can see there's a bunch in there. And then once I get them killed off, okay, good. Then I can just go up in here. I've been having problems with these bats, but unfortunately there's not much I can do about it. I mean, I could make it 2 spaces, but I don't think there's a way to prevent bats from spawning in here. But as you can see, we're getting plenty of drops. Oh, hold on. Now I could do it without the half slabs, but the half slabs help me make sure that they're actually blocked out, so I don't have to worry about anything. So I think that's pretty much good. I think, like I said, between this episode and next episode, we will get enough clay to finish this up. We're going to expand out because we're going to want to do some farming. I do already have some seeds here. Let's see, I got melons, pumpkins, wheat seeds, cactus seeds, ancient spores, which is mushrooms, sugarcane seeds, an acorn, which I believe is for oak. Yeah, I think I'm going to also make up a little bit more. Oh, I also have the cocoa beans, which you need jungle wood for, but that ain't that impossible for us to get necessarily. I think I'll have to make up some more dirt to sift, so I can get some more seeds, at least in the beginning. And then once I get a few more seeds, maybe a couple more, I'd like to get a couple more trees, like maybe some spruce or birch or jungle. Those would all be good. And that'll make our lives a little easier. But that's pretty much where we're set. I think we're doing pretty good. After we get ourselves set up a little bit more, we'll start working on our house, which, oh wow, I just watched a tree pop in. Because I want to do a cool build. Even though this is utilitarian and we're just trying to survive, you still got to have a pretty place to live. So I'm thinking maybe I'll pick a direction, go out a little way, and I'll build ourselves. We'll start working on some sort of really cool house or something. Or we might just, we'll figure out something. So that is about it. So that would be the end of the episode. We're done talking. I know I never seem to stop talking, but yeah, this is how it is. So make sure to hit the like, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. Helps you out, helps me out. And I think that is it. So y'all have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is Phoenix. I'm out.